Hi there, Tyler Douthit coming at you live. Haven't done a live one in a long time. Got a few extra minutes here because you can't see it on the picture here. There it is. I have my ankle, so I have a little bit extra time for a live one. Hey there, 85th Gaming coming in. I would love to do some Q&A, provide some kind of value, and I'll answer questions in the order in which they come in. So please enter your questions if you have one. If not, I'll just kind of talk about myself to start, and then we'll see where it goes from there. I'm a top 2% Amazon seller by reported Amazon seller information. Oh, hey there, 85 gave me broke on Snap. That's right, yeah. And so I sell a lot on Amazon. I'm big in the earbud and headphone market, sold under the brand TFD Supplies. Thank you for the well wishes there. Sold under the brand TFD Supplies, big catering to the bulk market, sell a whole lot to schools, hospitals, libraries, kind of the trifecta of earbud bulk usage. It's a really, really ripe market. And I have two guys right now. We used to have a different house. Now we moved a few months ago. Nicer setup here with the two car garages. One I can have dedicated to the business, so I can still work from home, which is what I like to do. And got a couple guys right now that do a lot of the day-to-day operations that I still oversee the guiding of the ship. Thank you for the love there. And but I'm kind of laid up now because I have to keep my foot elevated so it doesn't get too swollen. I go see the orthopedic surgeon on Friday to see what it is that they suggest to do for surgery or a boot or who knows what. And I've been really following the rules on there as for what they say to do to minimize my chances of needing surgery. I'm used to being a real high output, high productive kind of person. This has been super difficult being laid up because I normally just go all day. And I really like that mentality, that mindset that I go in the go mode. And it's hard when you just can't move that much. But it is what it is. It's giving me a new respect for people because this is laughable compared to most people that deal with physical disabilities, physical issues, challenges. This is laughable. This is a few weeks of crutches. Yeah, boo-hoo, cry me a river. Many people have these things all the time, whether it's a wheelchair or other medical issues. There's lots of stuff out there that lots of people deal with. And it's kind of giving me a lot more perspective. I always feel I've been empathetic and pretty good, but a little more perspective because like if I see an entrepreneur now, let's say in a wheelchair, got a bad leg or arms, legs, fingers, who knows what, some notable physical challenges, I will think a whole different world of them because just having had a taste of this, half a taste, laughable, like I said, compared to people with real issues, when they get somewhere, I'm going to think that, wow, if I was able to get here and they got to the same place or further, they probably had to work a lot more than me because what I can do in 1 minute might take them 5 minutes. It's a hassle just to get up on crutches and go pee. So when I realized that I started having to drink less because I don't want to get up and pee so often because it's a hassle, well, that's something to put in perspective with the whole entrepreneur business world because everything takes long if you can't move as fast. That's just reality, and that might not be right, might not be wrong, but it is reality. So it's giving me a new world of perspective for that. Let's see what else is going on right now. Let's see, doing the expansion, a lot of branding. Soon, I plan on hiring a full-time education podcast operator. I have one candidate, haven't let him know yet, but working on that because while sales are strong, I need to stay on top and ahead of the marketing curve. And marketing, as it used to be, click here, buy now, doesn't work the same way anymore. So I'm going to use the resources of the company now to build up a legitimate organic audience consuming real valuable content in the education world, teachers and principals, the overlap of that, and then build, and then have that at my disposal, whether it's to market this, the earbuds, the headphones, which schools are a big user of, or something else, and just kind of use this opportunity now to get that attention in a space which is not super crowded yet, and use that to garner that and give, and eventually ask something, but just build the audience for a while and use that from there. So that's kind of what the part of it is, and I'm kind of pushing brand because 2018, if you go back and look at some of the videos, I did one early in January back at the old house, how my goal for 2018 was to push TFT supplies into a brand, not an earbud company, not selling headphones or earbuds, but into a brand. And that's what I've been doing, which I get the bigger expansion into headphones, a lot of the branded content, the brand story, the social media aspect of it. I've been working hard, steering, guiding, and working on that ship to guide this into a brand, not just a product or a commodity. Because that's what survives long term, giving people a reason to buy from you besides a price. Like people buy from Walmart, but people don't like Walmart. People need to have a more of an emotional connection to be able to buy than not. So that's kind of where the business is heading right now. I was in the middle of all that, then I got a little bit of a setback when I fractured my ankle. See, that was a week ago today, last Tuesday, when I was going down. This new house is full of stairs. It's 4 floors technically. It's more like 3, but the living room is like 3 steps lower than the hallway kind of thing. So it's technically 4 floors, but there's steps everywhere. And I was going downstairs to do some stuff, and sure enough, let's see on the picture here, I stepped and hit half the step, rolled my ankle pretty hard. Didn't hurt that much at first, but then as like half an hour passed, it was hurting real bad. So I went to the urgent care and did an x-ray. They said, oh yeah, you're fractured. No weight on it for at least 2 weeks or until you talk to the orthopedic surgeon first to minimize the chances of needing surgery. Because like lots of people think, oh, it's going to be fine in a couple of days, and they do, and they push through it, but it doesn't heal right. And it causes a bigger mess requiring surgery later on. So I'm really trying to avoid that. Not to mention a couple of little kids. It's a big hassle. Little kids are a lot of work, and my wife, bless her soul, is juggling being a single mother right now, as well as dealing with a husband who has to spend a lot of his time on a couch or a bed, keeping my foot elevated to help the swelling not get crazy. It doesn't hurt all that much, which I think is a positive sign, but it is what it is. So I'm waiting to hear back on that. Let's see what else is going on right now. Whoa, what's going on? Yeah, I've been opening up the pool outside. Let's see if it's hard to get let's see if we move over there. Let's turn that around here. You can kind of see the pictures there. You can't, I'm trying to get a shot. I can't get down to the pool there, but we got a pool back there, a lake back there. It's a pretty nice setup here. Like this setup a lot at the new house. We moved here purposefully, knowing that I wanted to work from home and to accommodate the business, which is why, like I mentioned, two-car garages. Not that many houses have two-car garages. One we can dedicate to the business, one for regular personal household stuff. Because at the old house, it was a point of frustration where the business was slowly taking over the entire house, and that was a good first world problem to have, but harder for a work-life separation to have a lot of the house feel like a house and the rest feel like a business. So that was a big selling point here. Plus the land, plus it's a beautiful house. We love it. The pool, the kids are going to love. The lake is just a beautiful setup here, about 7 acres. And so we're very, very happy here. We're excited to be here. But that's been going on. See, what else? I haven't done a live in a long time. For a while, I was doing one a week. But then just overall grind, I started with my TD list, which is like what for my to-do list, but my TD, which I talk about on a pretty regular basis. My TD list, which is pretty much I make it every morning, a list of things I have to do that day. Not goals, not anything, but actionable items that I can knock out one at a time, get this done. And I made a promise with myself that I would do those or I would die trying. That being said, there have been 2 times in 2018, I made one every work day, 2 times in 2018, I have not completed my to-do list. One was one beyond my control, which still was a loss. I was shortly after we moved in, we needed a warranty thing, and they didn't call back in time to get a warranty transferred over, which I tried my best, but still I failed. That was a loss. That's a lesson in life. You try your best, you still lose sometimes. Everyone needs to remember that in life. Second fail was last Tuesday with loss for the day. It was when I broke my ankle, and I probably would have found a new wife if I insisted on finishing my list right after getting back from urgent care. She would not have been pleased with that, so I had to do that one. But 2 losses for the year in 2018. Pretty happy considering that it's already May now. So I highly suggest you consider a list like that. Not goals, not be a good dad, not crap like that, but things you can mark down and legitimately actionable items cross off every single day. Like spend 20 minutes without a phone in my hand with my children. That's an actionable item, which leads towards the goal. Hey, they're coming in. Leads towards the goal of being a good dad. But the actionable items, the list is so powerful when you can actually check it off of there. Not goals, not objectives, but actionable items. Do this. Send out 20 thank you cards. Send out this. Do one video. Do 2 social media posts. How's the ankle doing? Thank you for asking. Well, it doesn't really hurt, thankfully. It is still fractured. I go to the orthopedic surgeon on Friday, and we'll see what they say then. The urgent care doctor said no wait on it whatsoever until you see the orthopedic surgeon, which will be about 12 days after the injury. And I have not put weight on it one time since then. Iced elevated, the Rice Rest Ice Compression Elevation, I think. Just help with swelling and comfort level, which I've been following. It's been super hard because I value myself. Yeah, I am still wearing the brace. Let's see, I got it iced right. You can probably see some of it there. Maybe right there. Yeah, the brace is in there. Elevated with ice up there. And it helps the pain, but the productivity level I'm so used to being so high has been so much lower because I've kind of been a burden, honestly, on those around me while I'm getting better, which is how it goes sometimes, but it's been difficult. It's been difficult, but gonna get there. So what was I talking about? Oh yeah, and if you have any further questions, anything about business life, I'd be happy to answer. I got a couple minutes till lunchtime here, but then I'll be calling it out. Hey there, Chase Triton. Hola. I do speak Spanish about as good as whenever we take vacations to Spanish places, I say like un poquito español. I speak enough like maybe of someone that took one class in high school. I took 3 years in high school, but I forgot most of it since then. Whenever we go to Spanish-speaking countries on a vacation like Mexico or the DR, I always think that I probably would have learned more Spanish had I watched television with Spanish speaking but English subtitles. I think I would have learned more Spanish doing that for an hour a day than taking a class. But I do speak un poquito español, a little bit of Spanish. But I am doing good, yeah. So any questions, please? I got a couple minutes. I only speak English and broken French, but yet you say hello in Spanish. Yeah, French, I don't know any French, and I know English pretty well, my primary language. And I'll probably have to go here any second, keeping an eye out the window to see if my wife gets back. She's bringing back lunch for her gimp husband right now. It's hard to learn language at school. You're so right. I think that languages are powerful. Honestly, I think knowing lots of languages as things evolve and technology evolves and wearable devices and AI, all this stuff, I think knowing multiple languages is going to be worth less as time goes by. But of course, that could be 20 years from now, which is a lot different than it is right now. I think you can learn language so easily when you're a kid, and I think I haven't tried to learn a language in a while, but I think the teaching methodologies have evolved a little bit in more of a conversational manner versus learn the conjugations of verbs, because no one talks like that. People talk, and if you learn a phrase of what that phrase means, then you can apply that to other phrases and have a set of building blocks of when you say, hello, how are you? I am good, like in a conversation, and then you learn the conversation before you know it, you can expand that to other things. At least that's my personal opinion on that. True at school. Yeah, X hours a week, that's right. Like in my high school, this was a while ago, I graduated 2001, so 17 years ago I graduated. Classes were, I think, 54 minutes, and then 6 minutes in between classes, maybe something close to that. Could be different since now I'm not really in that world much anymore. But it's hard, yeah, and then you just learn that. Is Rosetta Stone expensive? I've heard mixed results about Rosetta Stone. Isn't that focused more on the conversational aspect of it versus just memorization? I think that's what I've heard, that it's more geared towards that, which sounds, in my opinion, it would be much more effective in learning the language if it's a conversational, what is this, and use that, because that's really what we do. We talk in conversations. Most people in English-speaking countries, which is my language of proficiency, don't say, hello, how are you? I am well. What are you doing today? I'm going to the supermarket. Like, no one talks like that. So it seems odd to learn that. But I also don't think I have the skill set to devise the best way to learn a foreign language either. That's not really my wheelhouse. can identify shortcomings and so who knows what. Well, I got to go here in a second. I might have time for one more question. Any questions about me, the business, and Amazon, personal finance, e-commerce, anything like that? I'd be happy to answer one before I got to go. I got maybe a minute or two. My opinion on anything at all, I'm an open book. I don't hold anything back. No courses, no anything like that. Any value I have, I will provide free of charge to you. If you got a question, got time for one more. Anybody, please? And I'll be happy to answer it if it shows up in enough time to do it. In the meantime, I'll kind of wrap up with I will have a great day. Thank you there, Chase Triton. It was nice talking to you about that today. Tyler Douthit, Amazon seller. TFD Supplies, the brand of earbuds and headphones, all over social media on Tyler Douthit. If you're here, you've already followed me on Instagram probably, but all across all the social channels, I'm there. Different content, different places, posting throughout the workday and oftentimes on the weekends. Thank you so much for following, for consuming. I really appreciate it. Have a great day.